Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, on the sidelines as well. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. At the guards, it's Giddey at the 1 with White at the 2. Buzelis out there with Dosunmu. And it's Vucevic in at the center, filling out the middle. And for Detroit, the forwards are Thompson and Harris. At the guard spots, we'll see Cunningham and Ivy. And it's Duren in at center. So tonight, Tim, we got a fantastic matchup at the guard position. Indeed, some of the best in the league going head-to-head.
Yeah, this is the very top of the food chain when it comes to guard play in this league. Really no weaknesses out there for either backcourt.
Now, here's Cunningham. Duren finds Cunningham. Here's Harris. Nice form on the 20-footer.
And through hard work, this has become Harris's bread and butter. A knockdown shooter off the catch.
Ivy passes to Duren. And Duren slams it in.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
What a great sequence. You've got to love the effort. That's big time.
Here's Buzelis after the basket by Detroit. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
With his soft touch around the rim, Buzelis should score a lot of points in the paint over his career.
So nice to see Jaden Ivey back in action, Tim, after suffering that broken fibula last season.
Yeah, Kevin, he was just hitting his stride when he had a very difficult injury. In particular, he was upping his shooting percentage from the field. Now he's looking to continue that momentum.
And here are the Bulls now. It's a 5-point game. And stolen by Thompson. And then Cunningham with the dunk.
Absolutely locks down on the defensive end. Thompson creating offense now with that defense.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Vucevic with it. Now defended by Cunningham. And the foul called on Cade Cunningham. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's White over Ivy.
An in-your-face defender, Ivy won't give an inch. Disrupted the rhythm of that play.
Lets the 3 fly, and the Pistons another 3.
And they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Well, this run has given them a bit of separation, but few leads in this league are safe.
Now, here's Dosunmu. Pass to White. Over Ivy. And the Bulls with another miss. And here are the Pistons. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Duren, the pass to Thompson. And here is Duren. Here's Ivy. Oh, good on the triple. 1:19 left in the first quarter. And Greg, the Bulls have said they're leaning towards building with depth, saying that star teams are more vulnerable to injuries.
Well, they don't yet have a bona fide big-time star on this roster, so if you ask me, that might be a case of sour break.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
And give him a lot of credit for his effort right there running the floor.
Now here is Harris. And the 3 off target.
You have to defend the three-point line. They got lucky he missed that one.
Dosunmu, the pass to Giddey. From deep three-point land, Detroit with the rebound.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a very good shooter, but from that distance, his percentages go down. Using all of that size to create leverage and rip down that board.
Here's White, and White with the stuff.
And at 6'5", White more than capable athletically, like the aggressiveness there.
Cunningham passes to Thompson. Cunningham dishes it to Harris. On the wing, Thompson. 3 seconds left, and it's good on the way in.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
And so is Detroit, holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And we'll be back with you shortly. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
And I like how they've played defense, turning turnovers into points. Those are huge.
And it's Jones with the ball for Chicago. Trailing here by 8. Isaiah Stewart out there with Holland. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then it's Robinson, and it's Cunningham in at the point guard position. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. You know, Tim, regardless of where he's played, Karis LeVert has always found a role.
Well, there's a lot to like, Kevin. He can defend as well as create offensively, and that means he's going to be in your rotation.
So it's the Pistons now, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. And the dunk by Stewart.
A solid passer at his position. LeVert excels at finding his teammates when they're open.
And the tough guy reputation, Tim, well earned for Isaiah Stewart.
Well, yeah, he's a physical presence, Kevin. He does not shy away from an alley fight. He brings that edge every team needs, and it is especially welcome in the Motor City.
Free throw good, Stewart. So, Tim, here's a word you often hear teams talk about, and that's culture. How does an organization create the right culture?
Well, I think, Kevin, you establish core values and then you make those non-negotiable. When everybody connects with that and connects to those values, you really have something special.
Holding on to the rope and pulling in the same direction.
What it's all about.
Here's Cunningham. The Bulls getting the bucket. It's tipped. Down low. Stewart misses.
Well, that was a great challenge at the rim and a difficult adjustment to make.
And that one drops for him.
Well, Giddey loves to finish strong inside, and he knows how to take advantage of his size.
Pass to Robinson. Back to Cunningham. Fires from deep. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Cunningham's got 5 now.
This is why they will go to him often. He's going to take and make shots.
Williams looking around. Got that one. Williams has got his first points of the game.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Stewart kicks to Cunningham. It's LeVert on the wing. Back to Cunningham. It's LeVert on the wing. And again, Detroit with the 3.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor.
And the call will be against Karis LeVert. That is his first foul of the game. For the Pistons, Thompson comes in for Holland. And Ivy subbed in for Karis LeVert. The Bulls also changing it up. Booz Ellis comes in for Williams. And it's Dosunmu in for Trey Jones. Now here's Dosunmu. Nothing on the board. Collins good.
And they know for next time, don't let him establish position down low.
Well, you have to force a scorer away from his favorite place on the floor. In this case, you have to push him out or deny him the ball.
For the Pistons, Jalen Duren. He's checked in for Stewart, and Tobias Harris subbed in for Duncan Robinson. The Bulls also changing it up. Vucevic checked in for Collins, and it's White in for Kevin Huerter. On defense, Chicago, 7-point differential. White, wide open. He fires. Buries the long-range jumper. White's got his second bucket of the night.
And unpredictability really one of White's strongest traits, including when pulling up on a dime. Nice.
Duran, no good. Bulls trail by 4. Here's Buzelis, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Giddey against Cunningham. Here's Harris. Detroit, no good that time either.
That's great shot selection, just poor execution. If you're going to take those mid-range shots, you've got to knock them down.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Well, defensively, you can't allow that in a game this close.
Thompson finds Harris. Here's Cunningham. Thompson in the corner. Shoots a 3. Again, the miss by the Pistons. And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
The ball. 23. Fans, get ready for some high RPM and amazing stats from your plug-in mind. Arena Entertainment.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Nice game. Great performance by Jaden Ivey.
There is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Well, this is the level of performance we've come to expect. What a half from him.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. At the guards, it's Giddey at the 1 with White at the 2. Buzelis out there with Vucevic, and it's Dosunmu in at the 3. Jalen Duran has certainly forced him in this NBA. He's a nightly double-double.
Well, he looks like a bouncer at a nightclub, but you forget how young this guy is. If he keeps improving like this, Kevin, he has a chance to be one of the premier bigs in this league.
I was going to say the same thing about you, but I'll call you a Greek god as opposed to a bouncer in a bar. How's that?
I much prefer the Greek god description.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. The Bulls are going younger. Coach Billy Donovan said, we don't want to be just stuck in the middle. There's no question about that, but it's always about the integrity of competition. The building out part is identifying guys that are going to help us move forward. Guys?
Taking the long view. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. And so, it's Detroit with it. After the Bulls picking up a basket just moments ago. In the corner, it's Harris. Back to Thompson. Second shot opportunity. Goes up again, and he sinks the layup. Thompson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
An explosive player. Thompson has serious leaping ability, and that comes in handy around the basket.
Pass to Giddey from deep three-point territory. Duran pulls it in. Duran's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now here is Harris. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Second chance effort, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Detroit shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
That's good from Durham. Tim, in your career, you played at every level of basketball, pro and college and before. What's the single biggest change in your mind as far as professional basketball outside the NBA?
Well, Kevin, I think globally the level of play has just risen dramatically. There's a much greater belief now that you can actually make it to the league, even if you're playing outside this country. And then the G League has created a much more streamlined path for those who want to work their way into the league.
G League has been terrific.
Sure has.
Now here is Harris. He's got 5. Pass to Ivy. Harris, right side. Clock at 6. Back to Ivy. The 3. The rebound by Dosunmu. Bulls trail by 7. Here's White, and White with the stuff.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And after years of disappointment, the Pistons, Tim, finally seem to have put it together.
And I think the key for them has been blending in the right amount of veteran leadership with their emerging young players. And I'll tell you what, this team still has a lot more upside.
On the wing, Harris. Cunningham inside. Giddey defending. Back to Duran. Shoots over Vucevic. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And now a 9-point Piston lead. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Buzelis with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
And throwing it down, not necessarily Buzelis' game, but don't give him that much space.
Ivy passes to Thompson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. 5 on the clock. Here's Harris. It's rebounded by Giddey. White against Ivy. Count that one. And now just a 5-point Detroit lead. Fires from way outside. The third quarter comes to a close. Pistons lead by 5. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
Yeah, playing for one another. That's the definition of teamwork.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Duncan Robinson out there with Howard. Then it's Cunningham. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Stewart in at the 5. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Stewart with the screen on Jones. Robinson kicks to Cunningham. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Holland. And it's off from three-point range. Bulls trail by 5. Here's Giddey. And the layup falls.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
He is in attack mode every time up the floor, every single night.
Here's Holland. Cunningham passes to Holland. Back to Cunningham. And Cunningham with the slam.
And the challenge defensively is to find Cunningham at all 3 levels. He can beat you at the rim. He can beat you from 30 feet out and everything in between.
Here's Herter after the basket by Detroit. Jones outside. Williams. It's good.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
Now, here is Robinson. Here's Cunningham. 18 feet away. Rebounded by Collins.
The defense really didn't do enough to alter that shot. It's simply a miss.
Oh, good on the layup.
And you know they wanted that one to go down.
And that's okay. Just put it in your rearview mirror and move on to the next play.
Now here's Robinson. Missed on the three. And even 3-on-3 break.
Remaining in the game.
Jones fires. Can't tie it up. That one's no good. Detroit's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Down it goes for 3.
Yes, sir. Kay Cunningham embracing the role of a leader.
And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for Chicago. Trailing by 5. 2 points. That one goes.
Assisted by Pat Williams.
Detroit's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Here's Robinson. It's LeVert on the wing. He's guarded by Williams. Bulls trail by 3. Herter can't tie it up as that one goes astray.
Tricky shot for LeVert. Defense is all over him, but he draws a foul on that attempt.
First team foul. At the line for 2, Harris LeVert.
It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. For the Pistons, Duran, he's checked in for Stewart. Harris comes in for Holland. That's Thompson in for Robinson. And the Bulls will go for a different look here. Vucevic checked in for Collins. Buzelis comes in for Williams. Ayo Dosunmu is checked in for Kevin Herter. And it's White in for Jones. And he is unable to get the second one. Bulls trail by 4. Vucevic, drained from outside.
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
What a big-time shot. Those are the moments you dream about as a kid.
Now here's LeVert. Harris, right side. Now Thompson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Cunningham.
Oh, that is big time by a big-time player. Cunningham loves the moment.
So it's Chicago now. Fires from way outside. Duran pulls it down. And he commits the intentional foul.
Vucevic. Second personal foul. Team second. At the line for 2, Duran.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And the Pistons making a change here. Ivy's checked in. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And the Bulls with possession. Now Buzelis launches it, knocks down the 3.
And at almost 7 feet, Buzelis is really tough to slow down. And when he's on, there's not much you can do. That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
At the line for your Pistons, Cunningham. Hey, Cunningham. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
And does the pressure affect it? Nope, not that time. Not for players who practice these moments. Well executed.
White fires. And so the big win by Detroit in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Cade Cunningham.